And new at noon, lawyers for former city councilman P.G. Sittenfeld appealing his federal corruption conviction.
A panel of judges heard arguments for and against overturning his sentence. WLWT News 5's Brian Hamrick is live with what happened in court this morning. Brian.
Yes, Stephen. Well, this was a federal court version of a lightning round. Both sides had 15 minutes to make their point in front of a three judges in one panel here in federal court downtown. This is where cameras are not allowed in the courtroom. Now, P.G. Sittenfeld, he wanted to be mayor. Instead, he's serving a 16-month jail sentence. He was not in the courtroom today. A federal jury found him guilty on bribery and attempted extortion charges. That's what his attorneys were appealing. The appeal is pretty straightforward on the surface. Sittenfeld's attorneys are saying he did not take campaign money in exchange for his vote and support of a development project. Now, Chase Law professor Ken Katkin was among those in a packed courtroom today. We asked for his assessment of whether it looks like Sittenfeld will be successful in his appeal.
You never want to bet that a criminal conviction is going to get overruled because it only happens about 10% of the time, and 90% of criminal convictions get affirmed on appeal. But the judges' questions were much harder on the prosecutors than on Sittenfeld. The judges were signaling a lot of skepticism about this case. There really are above average reversal rates in public corruption cases compared to other kinds of cases. And I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think he's got a better than even chance of getting the reversal.
Yeah, so no matter which way these judges rule in favor of the prosecution or in favor of Sittenfeld, it's probably not over yet. Both have legal options if this appeal is successful, or for prosecutors if it's not. Reporting live, Brian Hamrick, WLWT News 5.
All right, Brian, a lot of moving parts to this. Sittenfeld, he's in jail right now. If the judges rule in his favor, do we know when he might get out?
Yeah, this is interesting. That these judges will probably have an idea today about how this is going to play out. However, they won't make a ruling, or a ruling won't come out until they write it in an opinion. That could take months. So Sittenfeld's attorneys asked that this be taken care of, that he be let out while they kind of come up with this decision. There's been no ruling on that, but that should come in the next day or so. And if he gets out, that might give us an idea of which way these judges are leaning. Stephen?
P.G. Sittenfeld, one of three former Cincinnati City Council persons who are convicted of some kind of corruption here, and he might be getting out. Brian Hamrick reporting live for us. Brian, thank you. We do appreciate it.